Civic Arena for an intra-district battle. Rivalry Saturday, the Eastview Lightning and the Eagan Wildcats on a day where you come into a hockey rink to warm up, Nathan Cron.
It's cold, it's winter, it's outside in Minnesota, and like you said, it's cold outside, it's hot in here, not just because of the temperature, but these two teams, they're going to bring some heat on the ice, Mike Cook, and we're going to see a heck of a hockey game this afternoon.
Yeah, before the game we had our tradition, we had the flag bearers come on out for the Eagan Wildcats, and today it was Murray Gear and Graham Prouty getting this crowd fired up. And Nathan, we look at this crowd, I mean, this is a really good turnout by both the Eastview section and the home section as well. And the Eagan Wildcats, as we take a look at the standings here in the South Suburban Conference, rough go of it thus far for the Eagan Wildcats. Eastview right there, middle of the pack team in the South Suburban Conference. They lost to the top team, the Shakopee Sabres. That was a 7-2 count. That was on Tuesday night over at the Shakopee Ice Arena. Tuesday night, the Wildcats, heartbreak city here, took the Rosemount Irish to overtime, where the Rosemount Irish were able to get one. And a game where probably the Wildcats, arguably their best performance of the season.
It probably was their best performance of the season. They were really hard done by. The goal that ended up beating goaltender Johnny Rossman, and he is here in the between the pipes again for the Wildcats. The goal that beat him was just a strange, weird goal that came from a bad angle, almost down on the red line in the corner, and took a deflection, I believe, and came off of Rossman, or came off of another player and past Rossman. Just really hard done by, as Rossman had, I think we talked about it, nearly, if not nearly, 50 saves.
Yeah, the Hockey Hub does have him at 50 saves for that game. A game that Eagan was outshot 54-15. I don't think they reached double-digit shots till, what, about 5 minutes to go in the hockey game.
There wasn't much time left in the hockey game. It was definitely third period.
But you look at that game, Cats were down 3-1 in the third, and then Forrester and Holman scored a couple of minutes apart. And there was some serious excitement in this building.
Oh, some serious excitement and some serious nervousness on the Rosemount bench. As you can imagine, they started playing a little bit tighter. Now, ultimately, they got it done against the Wildcats, but it was not an easy thing for them.
As Jake Wood takes it in for the Wildcats, he's shadowed by Dwyer, number 6 for Eastview. Austin, just a sophomore for the squad, but he's become an assist machine lately. I think he had 2 at Shakopee, and he had 3 a couple games before that in the Lakeville North, or against Apple Valley Burnsville, I should say. Eastview, by the way, we said they lost at Shakopee, but the previous 2 games, they beat Apple Valley Burnsville, rivalry game. That was 5-1. And they beat Lakeville North by a 5-3 count. So this Eastview offense, they can score some goals. They have as of late. Again, you only got 2 against Shakopee, but we've seen the Sabres. That's not bad.
No, absolutely not. The Wildcats have already done something here in the first minute and 45 that they didn't manage to do in the first 12 minutes of the game against Rosemount. That is tally a shot on goal.
Absolutely.
So maybe that's, hopefully for the Wildcat fans, that's a omen of things to come.
Eastview tried to dump it in. Instead, they're going to go the other way. Steinke for the Wildcats, number 19 in white. Shadowed that time by number 12 is Mason Gillis, senior against senior. As we're just a couple minutes into this one from the Civic Arena here on ETV. Of course, you're home for Wildcat Sports. Cats making a couple player change behind the play as Ben Williams comes on the ice along with Blake Prouty. And Eastview's going to change a couple as they try to go into the zone, but puck stopped at neutral, dumped back in.
I think that hit a player who was getting onto the bench. I'm surprised we didn't have a whistle there. But I said maybe the Eastview is okay with it because it might have been, I don't know, it might have been too many men.
Prouty tries to center. That got tipped as he was trying to get it out to number 14 for the Eagan Wildcats. Is Lundenberg, I should say. I was on a blank all of a sudden. How do I draw a blank on Brandon Lundenberg? I can be the biggest kid on this team. There's Prouty. He'll just dump that one back in. Cats are going to make. Everybody's going off except Lundenberg, and he'll probably go off next time puck comes down. Eastview, can they poke it out? No, kept in by the Wildcats. Charlie Scanlon between the pipes for the 5th straight game for the Eastview Lightning. Sophomore netminder's done the bulk of the work this year. Scanlon comes in, he's got a 389 save percentage with a 327 goals against average. And you see Johnny Rossman. Well, Todd told me Rossman was starting today, and I'm like, yeah, you better. I mean, Rossman had that, it was an outstanding game that Rosemont game, 50 of them. And he was Gumby-like on a lot of those saves.
He absolutely was. And that's not a slight against Marcus Boniface
Not at all.
Boniface has really been top-notch for this Wildcat crew. And you say, wait a minute, how can a team with only 3 wins, how can they have top-notch goaltending? Well, frankly, it's because a lot of these games are a lot closer than they would be had they not had top-notch goaltending. And, you know, a lot of times, and I think the Wildcats themselves would tell you, a lot of times they've left their goalies out to dry. And their goalies have been on the wrong end of a lot of what I would call puck luck or bad luck.
Nope, kind of a little bit on that shot was Eastview, and here comes Charlie Forrester. He had a goal and a helper against the Rosemont Irish up to Woog. Woog was one of the C's for the Wildcats. Drop pass, Forrester. That goes high and wide to Scanlon. Pinching in far side are the Wildcats. Woog from the slot. And Scanlon gets the mid on that one. And just to piggyback on what you said, Nathan, these Wildcats, they've been shut out 5 times in 16 games. They average just 2 goals per contest.
Yeah, the offense has not been there. So you also look at it and say, even if you have a capable goalie who gives up, say, 2 or 3 goals, right? So an average night, right? An average night on the score sheet, your team's not scoring, you're still losing the hockey game. So the records are going to look really, really different, and they're going to be upset by that type of statistics.
Cats first 3 shots of the game. Eastview, you have to put one on net. Puck kept in again by the Wildcats. Nice job early on by the Wildcats of playing that blue line well and keeping the puck in the offensive end.
Yeah, we have a Garrett Koken sighting. This is his first game back since getting an injury in the early season.
This is his first game of the year, actually.
First game of the season, exactly.
I think it was a skate cut down near his lower leg, and good to see Garrett back on. And I saw his mom before the game, and she said she was nervous, but I'm sure Garrett was just fine. He's a little more antsy than anything else to get back out there.
Absolutely. Big hit there by Vobel. Standing, we've seen already a couple of big stand-up hits. One by Turner, now one by Vobel. Almost an interception there for the Wildcats.
I think we did say this is a rivalry game, did we not?
Did we not mention that?
I think, yeah. And I'm sure we will a few more times. Williams high off the glass as the Cats changed up. Dwyer gets it out. This should be an icing, and indeed it is with 11:43 to go here. Scoreless from the Civic Arena. South Suburban Saturday Hockey on ETV. There's that big hit you were talking about. Andrew Vobel and Cameron Default hitting the ice.
Nice and firm, clean, everyone's arms down.
Should mention the Cats are missing a couple of guys today out with that crud that's going around. John Ballman, one of your number 8 in white, and then Jake Holman, number 13. So forward and defenseman and forward respectively. Well, Coach Carlson said, he gave us the line chart and said, well, here's it is right now, but it may not hold up very long, kind of a thing. So we'll see what happens for the Wildcats today. I know, talking to one of the Eastview assistants, and he said they've been battling the crud as well, but they're all healthy right now. And I think that might have been a knock on wood as well. Opportunity, Rossman steers that aside. First shot on goal for the visitors. Prouty dishes it off. Cats are going to dump it in off the stick of Lunenburg. Prouty's going to come charging in. Scanlon probably wisely putting the mid down because Prouty had a full head of steam coming right at him.
Yeah, I think he saw and heard Prouty coming and said, let's not test fate.
Aaron Fulton, not Prior Lake, wrong logo, but he still is the Eastview coach, 5th season for Aaron behind the bench.
Thought we were breaking some news there, Mike.
Exactly, yeah. Tim Hartung, one of the assistants as well, former Lightning player. He was all conference a couple of times. Pretty good golfer, too. Faceoff will come back in the Eastview zone as you look at Andrew Vobel. Made a nice jump up from the junior varsity this year to really become one of the top defenders for this Wildcat squad. Had his first goal here, 3 games ago? I think it was he and Lunenburg and Gavin Lures in that one. That was the Eastridge game, if I'm not mistaken. And they've got Lures back on listed as a defenseman today. So we shall see. Keep an eye on number 6. Long shot. Hard into the boards that time. The hit by Powers Brecky.
Cats need to keep their shots down. They've had a number of shots or tries at Scanlon.
Taylor across. Nice move and a goal. Sam Wooten made that look easy. Highlight reel for Wooten, but let's give Taylor credit on that pass. 6:29, time of that one. 1-0 Lightning.
And we were talking about Wildcat goaltenders getting hung out to dry. It's a 2-on-1. And the pass gets made, which, so often you see on 2-on-1s the player take the shot. And this time he dishes, and giving it to Wooten's not a bad idea because Wooten one of the top scorers for these Lightning this season.
Yep, Sam Wooten, that'll be goal number 13, team leading. And for Taylor, that'll be his 6th assist of the season. Trying to hear if there's a second assist. I don't think they announced one, but we'll check at some point, probably after the period. There's Koken in there for the Wildcats, number 11. As we said, his first game of the year. Sure, he amped up, a lot of energy. There's Forrester. He's taken out down in the corner in front of the Eagan student section. Long shot, easy glove save for Rossman.
Charlie Forrester had a great game against the Rosemount Irish earlier this week. On Tuesday night, he scored his first varsity goal. And it's just, I will say, win or lose, it's great to watch kids score their first varsity goal. Yeah. Everybody gets excited, all their teammates. Jake Wooten was diving into the goal to try to get that puck. It was hilarious. It was just a nice moment.
Yeah, and he had the assist on I believe it was the Holman goal as well. So the Cats down by a 1-0 count here against another District 196 rival, the Eastview Lightning. Quick shot, Prouty trying to go short side. Scanlon all over that, though, had that covered well. Can Eastview get it out just past the stick of default, but the Cats are going to get it back. Forrester dumps it in. Cats going to change a couple of players as Vogel comes on, and I believe Lures as well. Or check it, that was Max Turner in Lures. Turner, 24, still looking for that first goal of the year. And he's had chances.
He has had chances. I'm not sure that Will Poplar enjoyed Max Turner giving him the hip check there. There was a little bit extra over there. And I will say this early in this game, win or lose, I hope the referees understand what the environment they're functioning in and maintain good control over the game. Not saying I want a penalty every 25 seconds, but I am saying I want to make sure that they keep the kids safe.
Absolutely. Well, if this game stays close, which we expect it to, that will help as well in terms of maybe some of the extracurriculars, shall we say. You mentioned earlier, Nathan, these teams, they played back on Tuesday, December 3rd. That was a 2-1 win for Eastview. Fritchie and Klinkhammer, the goals for the Lightning. Ben Williams with the tally for the Wildcats. And that was a game where the Wildcats were on the penalty kill for more than half of the third period, but Eastview did not score. All the scoring was done in the first two periods. And a little hand pass there, so we'll have another whistle as we're halfway through the opening period on ETV. Look at Sam Wooten, we said top scorer thus far for the Eastview Lightning with 13 goals and 12 helpers.
Let's say congratulations to 12 students representing Eagan High School in the 2025 Minnesota State High School League State Debate Tournament. We've got qualifiers in the Lincoln Douglas Congressional and Public Forum as well as Policy. Get to those names here in just a moment.
Absolutely. That's going on. It was yesterday and today down at the U of M. Kept in by Owen Wood and the Wildcats. Koken, he battles in the corner with Gillis. Gillis a little hit that time from knee guard. But it's going to be Wooten and the Lightning bringing it out. Here's Taylor. He had a helper. Far side across the number 13, Berberena. First time we've called that name tonight. Senior forward. And Eastview looks like they're going to just have to regroup. Wooten back in his own zone. Wooten wearing the C for this Eastview squad. And gives a hit there to one of the Wildcats. That was Prouty coming in. Might have been knee guard. Prouty. Berberena down low. Backhand across. That was defended well that time by Lures. Battled. We were right in front of the half wall for the Wildcats. Can they get it out? Powers Brecky couldn't keep it in. Here's Lunenburg. Had an opportunity, but over there to help out, that was Klinkhammer, 11 in blue. All the way down. Will it be an ice? It will. With 7:20 to go in the first. And Nathan, trying to get some of those names for us.
Yeah, I want to mention the qualifiers, the participants in the state debate tournament for EHS. In Lincoln Douglas, we had Alex Huang and Peter Klingberg. Congressional debate, Nabia Kaschif and Sanvi Seth. Public forum debate, Hayden Davis, Abhinav Gadi, Shirian Jiena, and Hagrif Sheja. And in policy, Param Thakar and Tristan Nguyen, as well as Mia Worden and Karen Wochnik. So thanks very much for representing the Wildcats at the state debate tournament. I have to say that as a senior, I went to the state debate tournament and just really enjoyed myself, but that's a lot of people going to the state debate tournament, Mike Cook.
It is, absolutely.
You only qualify so many groups and teams out of each section, just like in athletics, so it's not like everybody who's good gets to go.
Right.
You have to be good and you have to win in your section or get second place in your section. So it's the cream of the crop, and the Wildcat debate team has, since the school was founded, has been a machine.
Well, I think you could say that about really any of the 4 high schools in District 196, be it debate, be it speech, any of that kind of stuff. Always been very powerful. But right now we're dealing with hockey. Is in deep is Cole Hilly, number 3 for Eastview. Odd angle shot there. Rossman read it well. Powers Brecky from way out. Rossman had to fight that with a rebound and a goal. Zach Heister. 2-0 Eastview. Heister just crashes the net. Puck was laying there. Easy deposit. Take a look at that replay.
Shot comes in from the point, spills a little bit, and the defense just couldn't help out Rossman. Rossman says that Rossman could have used somebody to get a stick on that and maybe clear it out. Instead, it goes to the back of the net, and it's 2-0 to the Lightning.
I think Powers Brecky will get an assist, and there might be another one in there. Can't quite hear Jason Hetland that well on the PA system today. But for Heister, that's goal number 3 of the season. Powers Brecky, that would be his 11th assist. One off the team lead shared by Berberena and Wooten. But 2-0 Eastview. Shots, I believe, were 5-1 Eagan at one point, and it's now 7-5 Eastview. Make it 8-5.
I was just going to say before that second goal, Mike, despite being down a goal, the Wildcats haven't played bad hockey. It's been up and down, and they've had shots on Scanlon. Now it starts to become a little bit more desperate since the Wildcats just, at least historically, have not scored that many goals.
Oh, this one just wide was Wooten. He was looking for his second of the period. That didn't miss by much. We're on the boards. Cats got to try and get this one out of their own end. Taylor keeps it in for Eastview. Wooten far side, watched by Prouty. Forster to help out for the Cats. But Eastview stays with it. Wooten in front. That nearly went off a skate. Well, it did go off a skate, but nearly went, didn't quite go in. That one's lofted out to center, and they're going to wave off the icing. Scanlon gets the old paddle on that one quickly, and here comes Taylor. Berberena tried to leave it for Wooten, intercepted by the Wildcats. Fresh off the bench for Eastview, number 27, William Poplar, senior forward. And we've got a whistle because I think somebody was offside, or puck out of play. As you look at Isaac Berberena, number 13 for the Eastview Lightning. 4 goals, 12 assists coming into this one. That's Turner on the draw for the Wildcats. Wildcats do win the draw. And trying to wheel his way through center. This will be Wood left side, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Wood goes low, he was guarded nicely. And Eagan loses the puck. Here comes Eastview the other way. 2-on-2 Lightning. O'Donnell, 14 in blue. Tries to get it across. He was looking to hit the fault. Tied up nicely that time by an Eagan defender. All the way down. No icing that time. I think Scanlon was looking for one in the Eastview cage. Didn't get it.
No, he did get it. It must have touched something or someone on the way out.
O'Donnell dumps it in for Eastview. He'll head off for a change, as will pretty much the rest of the Eastview 5 that were on the ice. 5 skaters, that is.
Well, the Wildcats were on the wrong end of a 2-0 scoreline against Rosemount on Tuesday night. They showed what I'll call incredible fighting spirit coming back on that one. So let's see what the Wildcats can muster up here in the last 4:30 of this period.
Steinke and Forster in deep for the Wildcats. Fritchie in for Eastview, along with, that was Hilly. Long shot from way out. That hit traffic, deflected wide. Trying to get it back to Powers Brecky at the point. They do long shot. Oh, Rossman misplayed that. Fortunately, that one did not go in. Try it again. Long shot. Through traffic. Rossman much better, much cleaner on that save. And there's our extracurricular that we were mentioning. And did we mention these are rivals?
Yeah, we've mentioned it a few times. So Charlie, before the play, Charlie Forrester's, given the business to, and I couldn't see which number it was down there. It might have been, given the reaction, it might have been Cole Hills. Hilly,
it was
Hilly. Yep, is it business? But it wasn't a penalty. It was, it was stay away from my goalie. And then Hilly took exception, decided that Charlie Forrester needed to be taught a lesson, and instead it's going to be a 2-minute timeout for Hilly. It just goes to show you they usually get the guy who retaliates, Mike Cook.
They do.
Cats don't exactly have an impressive power play performance, but this is one way for them to, I should say per record, but this is one way for them to climb back into this game.
As I say, the Cats, you cannot decline a power play opportunity, but the Cats come in converting just 12.2% with a man advantage. 6 goals in 49 chances for the Eagan Wildcats this year with the man advantage. Eastview PK, 71.4.
And a handful of shorties too, which should never happen. Cats have got to, they've got to pass the puck. They've got to use the space. They have open guys on the ice, but they can't, if they keep skating with it, they'll never get to those open guys.
Took them 35 seconds to get into the Eastview zone with the man advantage as Wood dumps it in. Turner down low, back to Wood. No, not quite, as Wood couldn't get Wood on it, or composite on it, I guess. And Cats forced to regroup.
Yeah, the Cats just this season have not had a good record getting into the zone with possession, able to set up, and they've not been able to do it consistently.
Williams tied up over there nicely by Klinkhammer, number 11 in blue. Cats actually come away with it. Prouty looking, will they get it back to Prouty at the point? Nope, they're going to circle. Tried to get it back out, and the puck just kept in by Prouty briefly, but the bouncing puck does trickle out. No fresh skaters for either squad with 35 to go in the man advantage for the Wildcats. Prouty, one of the many seniors honored before this hockey game for the Eagan Wildcats. And Williams loses a few $100 there as that stick goes in half.
Yeah, that is what just happened. Is one of the things that unites. There are two things that unite a hockey crowd, Mike Cook: the national anthem, and when a player breaks a stick. Because it doesn't matter whether you're a home fan or an away fan, if it's your team or the other team, every person in the arena knows what that means. And everyone feels bad for the parents who have to pay for that new stick.
Exactly. I say there's probably 2 people that are cringing.
Well, it's more than that, but only 2 people are going to have to pay for it.
Well, I was thinking mom and dad. Yes. 2:34 to go in the first. 2-0 Eastview.
Cats another offensive zone faceoff. They've got to take advantage of this. Just get even a shot on net, shot on goal, scoring chance.
Steinke wins the draw for the Wildcats. Shot. They had an opportunity there, and Scanlon kicks that way with the left pad off the. That was number 4, Liam Thomas, with an opportunity for the Wildcats. First time we've caught Liam's name tonight.
Yeah, nice effort by Thomas. Just didn't come off for him, but it's unlucky that Cats just didn't have that. They'll have one last rush here with 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds to go. Let's see if they can even get into the zone and get something going on here. It'd be nice if even the Cats, even if they don't score in this first period, it'd be nice to just have some momentum, get a few shots on net.
Keeping the puck in the Eastview zone. Nobody really sure where that puck is. Klein's going to get it for Eastview. Shane Klein, 26, junior defender. Speaking of junior defenders, that's Vogel for the Wildcats, 28 in white. And Eastview going to try to get it ahead. O'Donnell, I believe, did get a piece of that, and he did. So the icing is waved off. Cats got to get over there, though, because it's a good hustle that time by Wooten. There's Forrester overskates. No, he does have the puck.
Would like a little better communication there between the defense and Rossman. Let Rossman know what's going on.
Probably looking for some help. None forthcoming. Taylor gets upended. Backhand across. Never got through the backhand. Just wide of the cage. That was Prouty coming in front. And Eastview going to dump it down. Should be an icing. Arms are in the air. Whistle is blown with $1:11 to go. Period number 1.
I also want to say congratulations to the Wildcat weightlifters. The Wildcat weightlifting team had their second meet on Saturday. It was the biggest meet in the country with over 240 participants.
Wow.
Several qualifiers plus medals and records set. Notably, Stone Larson with a first place finish in the snatch with a state record for his weight class of 253 pounds.
There's a goal for the Cats. Prouty on senior day.
When you need a goal and you need somebody to pick your team up, you ask the captains and the seniors. And on senior day, Blake Prouty says, put it on my shoulders, boys. I'm going to give it a try.
Oh, there's a lot of tail end of it. But that's the Cats with some sustained pressure. And give Lunenburg credit, he was battling right in front there with Klinkhammer. Got to help tie up Klinkhammer, which left it wide open for Prouty. And you mentioned just a few moments ago, Nathan, if you don't get a goal, at least get some momentum, but they're not going to turn down the goal.
Absolutely not. Now the Wildcats, if they, for the next minute, if they can keep Eastview off the board, can maybe get another couple of shots on goal and just keep it even at this point. Wildcats have to feel good going in at the first intermission.
We'll have to check on the assistant. PA system maybe not firing on all cylinders here today in the Eagan Civic Arena. Back out, opportunity. Koken, or I should say Keel 17. Oh, that one hits the outside. He gets backhand in front. There's traffic. Puck is still out, however. High off the glass and out. Connor Keel nearly getting his 4th of the year. Great opportunity. Here's Forrester. Oh, and delayed penalty on Eastview. Penalty with 15.5 to go in the period. Max Powers-Brekke, I believe, the guilty party, judging by his conversation with one of the officials.
Honestly, I was looking down. I did not see what happened, Mike, but this is the kind of thing that will help out the Wildcats. They'll likely see this period to its conclusion with only a goal. And if you had told me a few minutes ago that the Wildcats were going to be in only one goal down at the end of the period, I would have said, I'll take it.
Yep. Aaron Fulton looking for an explanation. Getting one, not agreeing with it. Like Fulton, 5th year Eastview coach. Todd Carlson, I believe, also year 5. Was it 6 for the Wildcats? And do we have a?
Yeah, we have
an unsportsmanlike.
We have a 2 and 10.
2 and 10, maybe. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to go back and watch the replay of the game, or
try to hear the PA.
Maybe checking out at the halftime at the first intermission. But it's obviously a 2 and 10 of some sort, so a misconduct of some sort, maybe for head contact. But that's always those are always 5-minute majors, Mike. So we'll have to wait maybe until we get an explanation. But in any event, I should remind everybody who's watching now, make sure you tune into the girls' game, as we will be honoring International Ice Hockey Hall of Famer Natalie Darwitz at the first intermission of the girls' game. That girls' game will start at around 7:30 tonight here on ETV. So tune in for that, because you'll want to check that out.
Now we have a continued discussion by Fulton. Another official went over to the scorer's table to check out something. 10-9 shots on goal right now in favor of Eastview.
This is going on for a while. And both officials are over there. It's not just one, it's both.
Yep. And, well, we got another Eastview player going to the bench, or to the penalty box. Fritchie's going to sit in there. Did they just get an unsportsmanlike, or? So there's a trio of Lightning.
So the Lightning are going to have to pull somebody else. Well, they're going to have to pull 2 guys off. Wow,
yeah.
This is strange.
Let's see. Well, here comes. Okay, there goes one. Here comes the second guy to the bench. So we have a 5-on-3 Wildcats. 21. Fritchie's going to serve the 1 penalty. I don't think it was on him. Might have been a bench minor. We'll have to find out at intermission. But bottom line, 5-on-3 Wildcats. Looking for that equalizer. That one deflected on the way through. Prouty down low. Can the Cats get one off here in the waning second? Tried to go out angle. Not going to happen. And after 17 minutes of hockey, it's going to be the Eastview Lightning 2 and the Eagan Wildcats 1. Shots on goal that period, 10 for the Lightning and 9 for the Eagan Wildcats.
Well, we'll see at the first intermission if we can get an explanation exactly as to what happened, as our public address announcer gave it to us, but it was a little bit hard to hear with all the noise and commotion going on. In any event, the Wildcats started strong. They got a little squishy in the middle, all right, giving up 2 goals.
I like that word.
And then they come back and they get one against a tough Eastview Lightning team. And now they're going to have a minute 45 of a 2-man advantage, Mike Cook. And I'm going to go on a limb here. They got to score during that power play.
Absolutely. We see the officials talking there in the neutral zone. Of course, their locker room is not that far away from the Eastview locker room. And Fulton's still talking to the officials and pointing, you'll see there. Again, we're going to have to see what that was all about. But that is not one of those, hey, where are we going afterwards to get some wings or anything like that. This is definitely, not a happy coach. Well, he's going to keep talking to the officials. We're going to stop talking because it's intermission here in Wildcat country. We'll be back for the second period. 2-1 Eastview. You're watching Wildcat hockey on ETV.
As a Dakota person, everything I create is about the community.
The program today is with Marlena Miles, who is a local Indigenous artist, and she's doing some work with the community that will not only be a series of programs throughout Dakota County, but it also results in a permanent piece of art that will be in the Dakota County libraries, which will be really great for our community to be able to see.
These kind of events are important because it lets people see a real human sharing these histories. They can see that Native people aren't just stuck in the past, that our stories are present and they're continuing to be built. Dakota people, we believe in something called Shichu in your star power. And our word for art is that, and that everybody has this star gift that when we create art, we're putting our influence, our positive energy to inspire other people, and other people inspire us. So, I wanted people to think about who in their own lives inspire them and how do they contribute in their own ways, and then collect all those stories. So everybody's stories will be part of this art piece. Our traditional way of telling stories, but involving all of the communities. That will be something that people can look at and, remember that they are contributing to this bigger space with our abilities.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back on Eagan TV as we get set for second period action. Intra-district battle, the Eastview Lightning leading the Wildcats by a 2-1 count right now. He is Nathan Cron. My name is Mike Cook. And Nathan, we got a little clarification there between periods on what happened at the end. Powers Brecky got a roughing minor and a 10-minute misconduct. And then there was a bench minor against the Eastview Lightning, which is why there's 1:45 for a 5-on-3 Wildcat power play as we start this period. I was told the Eastview coaches were mad about something that happened earlier down in the Eastview crease. And I don't know what that was. I didn't see it. And again, I didn't see what Powers Brecky did to get the rough. I did see him talking to one of the officials, but again, Aaron Fulton, head coach for the Eastview Lightning. His squad has a 2-1 lead, but they're on a 5-on-3 penalty kill as we start this second period.
As I said, I don't think I'm going out on a limb here, Mike, to say that the Wildcats they've got to score on this power play.
Yep.
A two-man advantage for a full minute 45. I mean, they've got to look, they got to enter the zone with control, use space, pass the puck, create, go to the open space, and then get shots to the net. And they've got bodies. There's no reason that they shouldn't be able to create scoring opportunities during this power play.
Wildcats are going to have Max Turner centering Williams and Keogh. And back at the point, you're going to have Owen Wood and Blake Prouty as the discussion continues at the scorer's table. Eastview planned to put out Austin Dwyer, Jack Klinkhammer, and then Sam Wooten up front. Although Wooten has skated over to the bench, and that might just be to talk to one of the assistants.
Well, there may be a scoring clarification from the first period, although I imagine that would be something you would do after the game.
And I'm wondering if there was a lot of talking as Eastview head to the locker room between the coach and the referees, and it kind of continued just a little bit off the ice. And I don't know if something might have got called, something might have happened there. I don't quite understand what this delay is for, but
the only other issue might be which players are actually going to be able to come out when the power play is over. So obviously Powers Brecky's got his 2 and 10, so he's going to be the 2's got to finish before the 10 starts.
Right.
Maybe that was the conversation.
I'm going to guess it was. And I didn't quite see who. I think Fritchie's. I can't tell who's sitting in there for him. I kind of. Bottom line, 5-3 Cats power play to start this period. Williams from way out, and Turner right there. Good save that time by Scanlon. He had 8 of those in the opening period. And we mentioned 24 in white. So wanting that first goal of the season. That took all of 13 seconds. And we've got more discussion over at the Eastview bench, but we're going to play on. Puck comes out, Eastview wins it. Wooten against Wood. Wooten, 2 men down. Wooten, shot, and saved by Rossman. Oh, would that have been ugly for the Wildcats. But Wooten, what a burst of speed by number 4 in blue, the junior forward. Prouty upends an Eastview player. Wooten, shot, goal! So Connor Keogh for the Wildcats.
So Keogh for the Wildcats, and the Eastview bench is going crazy. They're like, where's the interference call? And I'll tell you why. I don't think it was interference. He's standing there with his back to the guy when the Eastview player comes through. So I don't think you can commit interference if you're facing away from the player standing there and he runs into you. That's not interference. Yeah. At least I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see if we can check. Watch here.
Watch the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's. Sorry, I'm not. Okay, it wasn't quite backwards. I'm sure there's.
With 35 seconds into the second, it's now 2-2.
Yeah, now that I look at it again, I can see why they. We got
another Eastview player going to the box.
Yep, we do.
Did they just get another bench? Fulton, again, not happy. So there's now, I believe there's 4 Lightning players in that box.
Yeah, so if that's another bench minor, I'm not sure how the coach, and with respect, look, I'm just a commentator, but if I were the coach, I might remove myself from the bench. I mean, yeah. I might take myself out and say, look, I'm hurting, I'm hurting my team by getting these bench minors.
And again, the officials are talking. Again, you said Aaron Fulton shaking his head, definitely not happy with the men in stripes.
Well, one player's going to come out because the Wildcats scored on the power play.
Correct.
So one of either 18 or 21, either.
Well, it's got to be 21 because 18's got the 10.
Okay. So either Frichte, so Frichte's got to come out.
I would assume.
Because he was in there serving the bench minor. At least I think that's what happened.
I think. I know there was another player that went in, and I might have been Klein. I didn't quite catch that player's number. But then this time, Nick Titus just went in. That's Tim Hartung on the right, one of the assistants for the Eastview Lightning.
So let's not forget, by the way, we should probably credit Keogh with the goal.
Absolutely, nice play.
A big goal for these Wildcats. It's 2-2. And we're
going to put a fifth one in the box for Eastview. Default now squeezing into the box. We have a full 5 in there.
So a group of Wildcats is called a destruction of Wildcats. Okay, we looked it up. What is a group of Lightning? A cluster? A cluster of lightning?
A storm.
A storm of lightning? All I know is that that's a lot of bodies.
Yeah,
I've sat through a couple of Eastview Lightning Wildcat games before, Mike Cook, and I've seen maybe three bodies in. I've never seen 5.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we don't have, the PA is not real good there, so we're probably not going to get a clear. And Jason Elias, the Wildcat AD, wearing the Cat sweatshirt. Not for Wildcats, mind you, but he does have an Eagan hat on. Big E, they call him. And I know he was down by the officials' room during intermission to kind of help keep the peace. And now we have Todd Carlson over on the Wildcat bench looking for some kind of explanation. So I think they're got to decide who comes out, how much time for a 5-on-3 is going to be. Jason Hetland, our public address announcer. And okay, so Hartung looking for an explanation. This might take longer than intermission did.
This is crazy.
I was just going to say that very thing.
This is crazy.
Well, right now Eastview has Klinkhammer, Dwyer, and O'Donnell for their 3 presumable penalty killers.
So, but as we said, Frichte should be out of the box because if we had it right, he was serving the first bench minor. A goal was scored, so it still should be, if another bench minor was called, then it's a 5-on-3 again. But that penalty for number 18 on the board up there should go away, and there should be a new 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, and you got officials discussing it. Well, hey, looking ahead for both teams, by the way.
Yeah, good idea.
The Eagan Wildcats, they are at Farmington on Tuesday, and then they're back home for 2 straight. They've got Minneapolis coming here on January 23rd for a little non-conference action. Lakeville North will be here January the 28th. And for the Eastview Lightning, I believe, I'm going to go back to theirs, I double check. This is their second of 6 straight on the road. But their next one, they get to play in the parking lot at Valley Fair as part of the Hockey Day in Minnesota week-long festivities. They're going to be taking on the Rosemount Irish at 7:30 on Wednesday the 22nd. And it'll be a little bit warmer by then. And then they've got Cretin-Durham Hall next Saturday. Probably one of the top 1 or 2 seed, maybe 3 seeds in this section ultimately. It's got Rosemount, Cretin-Durham Hall, St. Thomas. And okay, Fritchie's going to come out, as you called it. So now we're down to 4 in the box.
4 in the box, yep. That makes sense. And
yep.
there may have been maybe there was a legit question about who needs to come out. And they got to figure it out.
Need a little Jeopardy music or something. Let's talk some more Eagan weightlifters.
Yeah, let's talk more Eagan weightlifters. So I already mentioned Stone Larson, first place in setting a state record for his weight class. Indigo Benner, second place. Evan Davis, also known as Bubba, third place at his first meet. Lila Valusek, first place in a state bid. And Sawyer Hogland, thank you. I can't read my own handwriting.
No, it's my writing.
It's your handwriting. Qualify for nationals and guaranteed state bid. So congratulations to all of those Wildcats on the weightlifting team. And it's, you know what I will say, being in this community for a little while, Mike, it's fun to see some of these new teams like boys volleyball, trap and skeet, weightlifting, some of these new sports. Ultimate Frisbee is kind of out floating around out there in the ether. It's really cool that that's all coming together and that kids have a chance to play some of these new sports. Lacrosse, another good example. Of course, that seems like an old sport nowadays. But back in the day, 10 years ago, nobody played lacrosse. Right. So it's really neat to see that stuff.
And you mentioned boys volleyball. That's a spring sport this year. First time I believe it's sanctioned by the high school league. State tournament's going to be up at the University of St. Thomas. And I know that's been a very popular club program here in Wildcat country. A lot of excitement. I think Walt Weaver was the longtime Apple Valley coach. He was really, the longtime girls coach, he was really one of the people that spearheaded boys volleyball becoming a sanctioned sport by the State High School League.
Okay, so what this is doing is this is absolutely killing Eagan momentum. Now, you could say, wait a minute, they're on a 5-on-3. They still have momentum, but having scored already on Scanlon, they wanted to jump back out there and start skating again, and now everybody's had time to relax and think about it and reset themselves. Let's see if the Wildcats can maybe get one more. Another 5-on-3 for another 111.
There's some noise here in the Civic Arena. Again, Dwyer, O'Donnell, Klinkhammer out there for Eastview on the kill. Turner centering Williams for the Wildcats far side as Keogh got the goal more than a few moments ago now, with Prouty back deep. Shot just wide by Williams. Wood also out there, 27 in white. That one goes high and wide all the way down. 49 to go in the two-man advantage for the Eagan Wildcats.
Lots of ice for the Wildcats. Use the pass, use the open space.
Turner sends it across. They were trying to get it back to Prouty up top. Prouty back to Turner. Turner, quick shot, a goal! Max Turner finally gets one.
Well, you got a sense that maybe the Wildcats were setting him up for that, Mike. I mean, it's almost like his teammates wanted him, they were like feeding him, trying to get him that opportunity. And Turner that time made it count. Got to be happy for Turner. There was a lot of traffic in front of Scanlon. I'm not sure if he saw that all the way through. Didn't look like it took a deflection, so that's why I suggest that maybe he didn't see it.
I don't think he did.
And the Wildcats this year on the power play have been anemic.
That's a good word for it.
But Max Turner says, let's try that again. And the Wildcats are still on the power play.
That's two power play goals, 36 seconds apart, both 5-on-3. Wildcats now go up by a 3-2 count. And Eastview has, now we're going to play, there's 5 Cats on the ice, 3 Lightning players.
There should be
4, right?
Should be 4 Lightning players on the ice.
I believe we just have the penalty. Powers Breck is still serving his 10, so that's not a factor at this point. And then Default is in there, and I think that was off of another bench minor. As Hartung looking for an explanation. Aaron Fulton had his hands up like what? And now he kind of drops his head like he can't believe something that just got called or didn't get called. So 35 seconds in, and then 1:11. And Max Turner gets on the score sheet for the right reason.
He absolutely does. Got to feel good for Max. And
he does have 3 assists, but he's also got a plethora of penalty minutes this season.
He's got a few, but
few.
On the other hand, hey, it's dirty work, but somebody's got to do it.
Now Titus is going back into the box. Do we have another bench minor? It's 5-on-3 on the ice. Did they get? I wish we could hear what's. I think there'd be a fly on the wall over there right now, but Eastview fans, none too pleased as I look down to our left.
Well, it's a little bit confused. I will admit I'm equally confused. I mean, the Eastview fans have a right to understand what's going on. Obviously, they may not agree with some of the calls that have been made, but I don't understand how there are 4 players in the box with only 1 penalty on the board and 5-on-3 on the ice. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me now.
Yeah, I don't.
And the thing is, I genuinely don't think it's the referees, I don't think it's the referees with a bias at all necessarily. It's a complicated factual scenario, and now there's an extra 2-minute minor up there for Titus to be in the box.
Titus is serving, but I'm thinking this is another bench minor.
We'll have to listen and find out.
Titus was not on the ice.
Yeah,
maybe Titus said something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That might, we don't think about that too much in hockey, but it does happen.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see if we can find something out at some point. Bottom line, still 5-on-3 Wildcats. Owen Wood up top. Wood with a long shot. Scanlon, the initial save. Puck is loose. Cats going to turn it back out. This is going to be Prouty. Prouty back to Wood. Couldn't quite connect cleanly, but the puck does stay in the Eastview zone. 50 to go, man. 2-man advantage, Wildcats. Williams far side. He was shadowed that time by Berberena. Klein out there as well as Gillis for Eastview. That shot goes wide, hard off the glass. Prouty keeps that one in with the skate. Sends it across. Here's Wood. Prouty. Nope. Prouty wanted to shoot, but forgot to have the puck with him. Prouty back near side. Williams. Williams shot just over the top of the cage. 19 to go, 2-man advantage. Kept in Wood, pinching in from the blue line. Cats down to third. Turner tied up nicely that time by Berberena. Klein, can he get it out for Eastview? No, Wood keeps it in. 5 to go in the 2-man. Here's Wood up top, right in front of the Wildcat bench. Eastview, 1-man down. O'Donnell hustles in off the bench for the visitors. Tied up nicely that time goes Gillis on the attempt by Prouty. And he's able to clear the zone. 23 to go in the power play. Cats. Nygaard in deep. Berberena still out there, 13 for Eastview. All the way down again. Cats are going to have to hustle to get one more opportunity. Rossman up ahead to Williams. Williams got Keel with him. Williams stops, spins. Going to send it. Nope, he's going to send it to Wood up top. Eastview now at full strength. Wood tried to get it across, intercepted Berberena. Hot off the bench. Here's Heister. He's got one today. Rossman kicks that one aside, and we've got a penalty upcoming on the Wildcats, I think. Eastview fans looking for a call. I thought the official's arm was in the air.
Yeah, it's going to be at least a 2-minute minor. I don't think they're going to give him more than that. It was just he went in hard in the boards, but the challenge is he lost his balance. I think there was Titus. He out of the bench off
Heister.
15. Heister 15, not 5. He comes flying out.
And he's hurting too.
Well, what happened was he's off balance because of his shooting motion. And behind him, I think it was Williams, comes in and puts a body on him.
Here we go.
Watch here. So he's off. Yeah, he's off. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, that one could be a little more than 2.
It might be more than 2. Now that I thought his body was out of sorts, but it wasn't. He wasn't expecting contact. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Well, they put a 5 on the board, and I got to admit, I think that's justifiable.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate there for the Wildcats, but probably, like you said, Mike, I think that's probably the right call.
I assume it's checking from behind.
Yeah,
but
checking from behind, it's a head, yeah, absolutely. It makes sense.
Of course, 5 minutes, you can score as much as you want to. He's not coming out.
No, absolutely not. It's a big opportunity here for the Lightning. They've been on the wrong end of a number of penalties now, at least three of their own making.
And that
lack of discipline, but now they've got an opportunity.
That puck went up into the Eastview bench. Let's see if we see Heister back out here later in this game. 15, as you look at number 13. One of the captains, Isaac Berberena, a senior forward. That Klinkhammer on his left wing. Might be, is that neat? No, I'm trying to see who that was on the far side. It was Klein far side, by the way, 26. Back up top, Dwyer. Eastview down at the half wall. Long shot, Dwyer. That one, I think that hit Wug on the way through. Dwyer gets it back. Shooting it again. That goes just wide of Rossman. And we've got a Rossman coverage. And no extracurricular activities between the Lightning and Wildcats. 4:17 to go, man advantage, Eastview. Down by 1. Face off to the right of Rossman. He's got 11 saves thus far. For those of you just tuning in, Rossman had 55-0 saves earlier this week in that overtime loss to Rosemount.
Cats need to get control of this puck. They got to get a couple of clearances so that they can get new players on the ice and they can break up some of this momentum.
And it's the long change. Klein fans on that shot. Back to Dwyer. Klein gets it back. Klein, better shot opportunity there. That was blocked by Lunenburg. And keeping that one in. Good hustle over there was Jake Klinkhammer, senior defenseman. Dwyer, shadowed by Turner. Back down low. Wood. Couldn't tell who that Eastview player was that got knocked down, but coming away with it was O'Donnell. Back near side, tried to get O'Donnell here at the half wall. Back up top, Dwyer. That one got Turner, and that's gonna sting. Kept in, however, Klinkhammer, O'Donnell, Rossman save. 3:20 to go in the Eastview power play. Dwyer down to O'Donnell. Berberena down low. O'Donnell, Dwyer. And up into the netting, deflected by Turner. And Wildcats are able to get a fresh 4 out there. And Eastview, I think, is going to put a fresh, looks like 4? Looks like Klinkhammer's going to stay out, number 11. Cats definitely put a fresh 4 on. And Forrester, Vobel, Steinke, and Woog. Hilly a draw for Eastview, back to Gillis. Gillis is going to get it after he plays catch over there with Poplar. Rossman went down, shot never came through. Forrester, and they got a piece of that one. Back up top, Gillis near side. Taylor, I thought had an assist earlier. They gave credit to Berberena on that first goal for the assist. Could have sworn it was Taylor. Taylor tries to get it through. Default coming through for the deflection. Cats clear. Halfway through the 5-minute power play for the Eastview Lightning. Forrester dumps that one back to the Eastview blue line, but charging out of the zone far side for Eastview. I think that was Taylor. Hilly down low, battles with a couple of Wildcats. Steinke is in there. Here's Vobel. Vobel gets a shot. No, kick save Gillis. Just kept it in right on that blue line. Impressive play that time by that was Taylor back at the blue line.
Gillis and Taylor both with the coordination.
And they're not going to get that one as the Cats dump it all the way down. Cats able to make a full 4-player change. Scanlon tries to get it ahead. Berberena. Shot, trying to get it in front. Klinkhammer's there. Rebound. And Rossman with a save. And Turner, a little extra hit on Taylor. That was a little late.
It was a little late. Not a lot in it, but Turner's got to be careful.
He does.
You know, he's got to be careful. There's still almost 2 minutes to go on the major penalty. Wildcats, it's one thing to bait the Lightning into trying to draw and trying to make even it up, but you can't take a penalty yourself.
Yeah, there's the replay.
Yeah.
That was about a second late. Got to be honest.
Oh, no, it was late.
There's Dwyer way out through traffic. Rossman got the glove on that. Puck does come back out. Dwyer to regroup for the Eastview Lightning. Dwyer just a sophomore on the defensive line. Here's Turner. Turner tries to got a kind of a weak shot off as he was watched by O'Donnell and Klinkhammer in the Lightning. Buck 23 to go. Big hit at center by Turner. That one was clean. There's Klein. Klein couldn't get the shot off. Watched by Prouty. All the way down it goes once again. Cats looking to make, it's like Lunenburg's coming off. Woog on for the Wildcats. Otherwise, everybody else stays the same. Minute to go. Dwyer stood up that time by Wood. And no extracurricular once again. 9.5 to go, second period. Just under a minute to go for the Lightning on this power play with a 5-minute advantage.
Well, we've seen so many of these games, Mike, between these two teams, and it doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter what where they are in the standings or what kind of season they've been having, but just the intensity between these two teams. It's funny, you would think Rosemount and Eagan was intense, and that was intense, no question. But Eagan Eastview, for some reason, seems even just more nasty and intense.
Well, I think you could pick that for just about any sport between these two schools.
I think that's probably right.
Dwyer, boy, it feels like he's been out there for nearly almost all of this power play. I know he did sit out briefly, but here comes O'Donnell. He was tied up. Vobel, will he be able to send it down? He'll loft it down the ice. Good play by Andrew Vobel as we're inside 9 to go in the second. 21 to go, man advantage, Eastview.
Tell you, the Wildcats right now are doing what the Lightning did during the extended Wildcat power plays. When I say that, I mean they're preventing Eastview from gaining the zone with puck control. Eastview's having to either run through bodies to get into the zone on this last sequence, or they're having to dump and chase.
And there you go. Ben Williams comes out of the box. Wildcats back at full strength. As we are now halfway through this period. Another shot. Oh, hit traffic. Scramble. Default was in there. This puck is still loose. Goes just wide. We got a penalty upcoming. I believe it's going to be on the Wildcats.
Yeah, a hook or a hold.
It's going to be a cross-check.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be welcome back Garrett Koken. Number 11, I believe, is to sit for the Wildcats. Time of this one, 8:40. So just 15 seconds after they killed off a 5-minute major, Cats are going to be forced to kill off a minor.
Yeah, Koken sneaks in and hits default from behind, and yeah, that's an easy call. Easy call for the officials, and of course the Lightning, to be, despite the fact they were not happy with some of the earlier calls, I don't think they can make the claim that they're not getting the benefit of some penalties. 7 minutes of power play time, that's a nice power play.
Verbrena, is going to get tossed. They're going to put O'Donnell into the draw for Eastview. Turner, I believe, for the Eagan Wildcats. Eastview does win that draw. Puck behind Rossman to his right, out front. O'Donnell, short side. Puck pops out and comes squirting out across the blue line. Eastview forced to regroup. Last couple of minutes, Eastview's had a couple of really good chances right on the Eagan goal mouth. Here's Dwyer. Usually back at the blue line. He's going to go across the red goal line. O'Donnell, will he shoot? Nope, he's going to send it up top. Klein, far side, Dwyer shot. Whistles that one just wide, or I should say hammered that one just wide. I think he got all that one.
He got all of that one and then some. I mean, I don't know if Dwyer plays on the East Lightning baseball team, but I'd bet him cleanup based on what he just did there. That was an absolute rocket.
1:15 to go, man advantage Eastview. Trailing by 1. Cats got a couple of power play goals early in this period. Eastview looking to get their first of the hockey game. And puck comes back out. Gillis going to have to regroup as Scallon will leave it for Gillis, the senior defenseman. Eastview kind of slowly coming out of their zone as they wait for some fresh bodies coming off the bench. A little too far that time. Sawyer Hagenson, that's the first time I think we've seen him on the ice today, number 8 in black. And I wonder if he's out there in place of Heister. Heister's the one we saw kind of limp off a little bit ago. Down low, tried to center it in front, hit the cage on the way through. Hagenson, nope, this is going to actually be Taylor. Taylor shadowed. Here comes Woog. Woog looking for a shorty. Jake Woog. Woog, forehand, goal! Jake Woog, shorthanded.
It's the seniors and the captains that carry the team when they need some help, when they need something special. And Jake Woog just delivered for these Wildcats.
Nathan, I don't want to say I'm amazed this period about some things, but Eagan has 2 power play goals and a shorty in just over 10 minutes of time.
If you were playing hockey bingo,
you did not have that on
with
your
the
card.
Wildcats, you didn't have that on your card. And if you did, you should be screaming bingo right now. But
and buy a lottery ticket while you're at it.
Absolutely.
6:32 to go in the second. 4-2 Eagan. And for Woog, that will be goal number 6.
Lightning still.
It's got to be Woog all alone.
Yeah, I think it is. And Lightning still. Well, now that power play has expired, but Lightning have had 7 minutes of power play time, 0 goals, Mike. And I thought that puck might have come out, and I think the referee's going to say that did come out. Although what I find interesting is that the referee on the other end made that call.
Right.
That's curious.
That's what I was wondering.
The linesman didn't make that call. But in any event, it's offside, and I think that's a fair call, but I just don't know if it was how accurate it is. In any event.
By the way, you check your bingo card, by the way?
Yes.
Wildcats, 4 shots this period, 3 goals.
Well, they've managed to do that. They did that against the Irish, where, yeah, you know, I mean, again, I think they had for the whole game maybe 12, 13 shots, and they managed to score 3 goals. And so there was a time when they had, 6 shots and had 2 or 3 goals. So I'll tell you, the Wildcats have been masters of the low shot totals.
Let's just look at the Wildcats, by the way. 7 times this year they've scored 3 goals in a game. So, yeah, trying to
Cats just need to, I should say Cats, Lightning just need to take a breath now, right? I mean, they've been on the wrong end of a few calls. They've conceded a couple of power play goals and a shorty. Just take a deep breath, play your game. Don't stress about the score. Don't even look at the scoreboard if you're the Lightning. Just play your game and let things happen, because you still have talent, you still have ability, you're still playing some good hockey. Just keep playing that way, and don't let the Wildcats try to push you out of your zone. On the other hand, the Wildcats keep doing what you're doing.
Somebody just forwarded me the score sheet for this period, by the way. Sam, whoa, a big hit. Wooten for Eastview got a 2 and a 10, 35 seconds in, an unsportsmanlike and then a misconduct. So that was the first part, I guess, of the, period mistakes, I guess you could say. And Williams, by the way, officially for boarding for Eagan. So Wooten, of course, he's the top point getter thus far for the Eastview Lightning. He should be coming out shortly. Probably not, I'm thinking the next whistle he might be out. Wood tried to dump that one in. Hilly kept it for the Eastview Lightning. Long shot, Forrester. That one goes, save that time, Scanlon. Again, Scanlon starting his 5th straight game for the Lightning. Wood will just dump that one in with 4:10 to go in the second. Wildcats 3 goals this period, all via special teams for a 4-2 lead. And puck up into the netting. Wooten comes out of the box. Eastview gets their top scorer back with 4:02 to go. Period number 2.
Well, it's not unusual. Now, again, we don't know, based on where we are, we don't know what's been said on the Eastview bench. We're not sure why those bench minors and those misconducts are occurring, but it's not uncommon for, being a soccer guy, for, people on the bench to get yellow cards or be dismissed for language or things like that. I can't say that I've seen it too often in hockey games where players, because of what they say on the bench, have either been rung up for penalties or sent for bench minors or anything like that. It just doesn't happen very often, Mike.
Icing, on the other hand, like right there, that does happen quite a bit in a hockey game. Puck will come back to the Eastview zone as you look at Gavin Lewis. And back on the blue line, this afternoon. It's an afternoon game. 1 goal, 3 assists on the year for the junior. He missed a game. I think it was the prior late game, maybe a week ago. He had, again, some of that crud that was going around and continues to go around. Berberina in deep, watched by Lures. Keeps that puck. Eastview looking to get within 1. They trail 4-2. They led this game 2-0 until late in the first period. And we've got a whistle. They're going to say offsides. Eastview faithful disagreeing, shall we say.
Yeah, it was the Lightning were breaking their necks to get onside as I think it was Klinkhammer came flying across the blue line, and I think it was probably the right call. But you know what? Doesn't matter what I think, Mike Cook. It only matters what the guys in the stripes think.
And I didn't see it, so. Eastview looking to keep the pressure in the Wildcat end. And the puck has spent a lot of time in the Wildcat end, basically the last, half of this period, I would say. Of course, having 7 minutes of power play helps with that. Backhand, Rossman had the post. Titus couldn't get that one home. Forrester.
Boys are finishing their checks, Mike Cook.
Yes, they are. And it's kind of blindly thrown out that time by Nygaard. Klinkhammer's going to send it back in deep. And he finishes his check with Steinke right below us here at center. Kept in, long shot. Rossman, easy look at that one. I think that hit him right in the G in Eagan. Easy save for the senior with 2:54 to go.
And Rossman was a real, as we've said a couple of times already tonight, this afternoon I should say, excuse me, it's hard to feel. Time is kind of a weird thing when you're in Eagan Civic Arena. It kind of proceeds at its own pace, but I'll tell you that after the way he played at against Rosemount earlier this week, it makes sense to have Rossman get out there and give it another shot.
By the way, his favorite athlete is it Juicy Sorrows, for the Nashville Predators. Favorite go-to post-game snack or meal is pasta for Johnny Rossman. Likes to playing in St. Thomas Ice Arena. Sure, his parents aren't thrilled. That's, like, again, a very cold rink over there in Mendota Heights. Sure, plenty of Eagan and Eastview parents have spent time in that facility.
Rossman couldn't find that when he was bailed out by his defense that time.
Okay, because we've got, is there a hand pass? Whistle came from the linesman right in front of the Eastview bench. Don't know what the call was.
I have to tell you, I am utterly mystified as to what the call there was. Yeah. Like you said, I was not expecting a whistle from that that area of the ice.
Bottom line, we had a face-off, and Eastview does control. Dumped in that time by Gillis with 90 seconds to go, second period. Cats with 3 goals this period, 2 power plays and a shorty. Williams lures. Eastview wins that battle, but Prouty over there to help out. Look out on the bench. Prouty nearly takes the head off. Looking for Max Turner with the, you could call that an errant baseball. He had the glove up, but didn't get it.
Hey, Coach Nolan Pearson almost lost his hat too. You see him waving at Williams.
Of course, Nolan Pearson, Mario Munoz, Dustin Lucci, assistant coaches for the Wildcats.
Coach Todd Carlson with a big smile on his face. Why not? Your team has scored. I mean, Mike, the Wildcats have scored 4 unanswered goals.
Again, check your bingo card.
Yeah, I mean, did not have that one on there.
Nope. Nygaard for the Wildcats, number 2 in white. Can he get it ahead? No. Picked off nicely by Wooten, avoids the check from Steinke. We're inside a minute to go in the period. Off the bench. Whoa, are they going to get a hook there?
No.
Nope, nothing forthcoming.
Nothing there. Just 2 guys going for the puck. The challenge there is you could call the Eastview player for interference as much as you could call, potentially as much as you could call the Eagan player for something.
Wooten off the board. It's in. O'Donnell with a great outlet. Wooten comes in. And I thought Rossman got a piece of that, but the puck goes in, and for Wooten, that's his second of the game. Unfortunately, we were told we do not have a replay on that goal. But for Wooten, that's his second of the game. Boy, how much did they miss him when he was sitting out for that 2 and 10?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's definitely a straw that stirs the drink, Mike. I mean, he's a quality South Suburban Conference forward, and having him on the ice is a game changer. He's a force multiplier for these Lightning. And another broken stick.
I think it's it was
and a penalty.
Yeah.
Not only does he break his stick, now he's going to go to the box.
Holding will be the call. Time of this one will be 16:29. By the way, Eagan scored in that final minute of the first period. Some momentum going into the second. Lightning final minute of the second.
Well, we'll see if they get out of this last 30 seconds without conceding a goal.
Right.
I think the answer is yeah. I think as Urbana is going to go to the box, he broke his stick, and then I understand he's just trying to make a play. He's not trying to be dirty or anything like that. He's just trying to make a play, but he kind of tackled a Wildcat, and the referee saw it, and I think that's probably the right call.
Went from way out. Scanlon gives up the rebound, but it was there to keep an eye on. Turner opportunity. Williams short side. Nice stop by Scanlon. Read that really well. And Wood can't quite keep it in for the Eagan Wildcats. Williams gets leveled that time by Klinkhammer, and Klinkhammer a little extra. Looking at the fallen Williams briefly. And this out, long outlet. Wooten, can he get it off? Just wide, nearly had the Hattie. That one would have been a shorty. That close to 4-4. Whew.
Well, the fans at the Eagan Civic Arena paying their $5, their $7, whatever it was, they are getting their money's worth today. And we've got a big crowd and a good crowd out here for this boys game. Again, expect that we'll have a good crowd here for the girls varsity game tonight as we honor International Ice Hockey Federation Hall of Fame inductee Natalie Darwitz. Special ceremony at the first intermission, but these Wildcats, speaking of the second intermission, these Wildcats have got some good stuff going into the second intermission. Late goal by Wooten knocks a little bit of wind out of their sails, but still 4 unanswered goals until Wooten's last tally.
Well, we've got at least 17 more minutes of action, and we're going to come back with that third period on ETV where it's the Wildcats 4, Eastview 3 after 2. You're watching Wildcat Hockey on Eagan TV.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy, it's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax, it always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy, it's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax, it always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Hey, welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena on the shores of Cascade Bay once again, as we like to say here in Wildcat Country. 4-3 Eagan as we start this third period. He's Nathan Cron, I'm Mike Cook. And Nathan, we were saying a big 90 seconds coming up as Eastview has that much on a penalty kill to start this third period. Wildcats have got 2 power plays already and a shorty to go. So it should be entertaining, to say the least. 17 minutes in the third period, maybe a little more in that shall we call it the fourth period? We'll see what happens.
Well, either you've given us the commentator's curse, Mike Cook, or this game's going to get completely out of hand. Well, I guess we'll find out shortly.
Or longly, if it's like that second period. That was a long start to the period and everything. Hopefully everything's squared away and the rough stuff is over and we just play some quality South Suburban hockey. Again, Cats on the power play to start this period. This will be Prouty. He wears the A for the Eagan Wildcats. Tries to leave it. Owen Wood. I think he thought Wood was closer than he was. Here's 17 in white, Connor Keogh. Connor, I believe, had a goal to start the second period for the Wildcats as he and Max Turner scored 36 seconds apart.
Still some water down on the ice. Yep. And I think that puck's not necessarily going to do what you want it to do. Hopefully for the Cats, they don't get burned by it. And same thing for Eastview. They don't want to get burned by it either.
Yep. Williams coming in for the Wildcats. Here's Keogh. Stop. Turn. 34 to go, man advantage, Wildcats. Williams down low. Turner tried to get it across. Scanlon got that right pad on it, didn't know where it was, but was able to squeeze the legs, and puck stays out. We stay 4-3.
Well, Owen Wood was slicing in on the far side. That was a great pass across the slot. Wood had snuck in on the back, and Scanlon alert to the danger. Does a nice job of squeezing the pads.
22 to go, man advantage, Wildcats. Prouty. Thought he was going to shoot there. He had a little bit of a lane. Wood keeps it in. Near side, here's Prouty once again, top of the left circle. Prouty with a shot. Scanlon, easy save. Had a good look at that one. Scanlon, that'll be save number 15 this afternoon.
Yeah, I needed Turner needed to be just about 4 feet the other direction. I think if he's in front of Scanlon, there's a chance that Scanlon maybe doesn't see that coming in or mistimes it and it could go in, but Turner had just been moved outside the outside post.
And Eastview now back at full strength. And nearly a turnover there for the Wildcats. Look into the Eastview zone. Steinke in deep for Eagan. One of the seniors on this roster. Eastview looking to make a move. Can they get out of the zone? They can. Here's Wooten. He's got 2 already. On that left side shot. Rossman kind of got a blocker on that. I think it was going to go wide anyway. Wooten back. He was left alone in front there, but couldn't get the pass that was at about chest high.
Been a lot of penalties, a lot of special teams in this game, Mike Cook. Interesting to see if the Wildcats or Lightning are able to settle down here and go to a long period of a long period of 5-on-5 hockey.
And the net is off, and Rossman is hurt. He's hurting. That's not good. I think he stretched back across. And so Johnny Rossman, hopefully that's just one, maybe the wind got knocked out of him, but you always wonder when goalies, they start sprawling around like that and they're pushing off left and right in traffic. And
well, one of the Lightning players and one of the ended up in the crease along with an Eagan player. The Lightning player actually fell. So looks like we might have we're going to have the Lightning player fell, and Rossman
then he quickly grabbed for something.
Definitely stung, so the referee's going to give him a chance to shake that off. Rossman is going to continue. Nice to see. Nothing in it for the Eastview player. Not suggesting at all that.
Not at all.
No ill intent. Not even a penalty. It just happens. But still, you don't want anybody to get hurt.
Absolutely. Here comes Woog. Keogh with him. Shot goes just wide. Down to 14.5 to go, third period. Cats still up 4-3. Eastview looking to get something coming out of their own zone, unable to get the puck as Vogel dumps it back in. Cats are going to get a fresh 3 out there at least. As Turner goes in, he's got Woog with him. Woog on the redirect. That one just missed between the pipes. Williams circles. Williams down low.
I don't know if it's the goal or not, but Max Turner playing really smooth, really aggressively, making decisive decisions. Maybe the best I've seen him play all season.
Very, very possibly. Well, you get that first goal of the year, and that just totally uplifts him. And it's the proverbial monkey off the back kind of thing, maybe, or you're not pressing as hard, so to speak. Here's Forster looking for the redirect in front. Puck is loose. Scanlon somehow gets the left pad on that and quickly covers it up. Because one of the Wildcats was all over the front of that crease. That was Prouty as he gets up off the pile. Dwyer right there for Eastview trying to defend Prouty. Not an easy task for any defender.
Oh, good job by everybody. A, that no penalties taken. B, nothing cheap or chintzy there. Good job. Nobody got out of control, made a bad decision.
Moving it around the boards. Would get out. It does. Berberina for Eastview, watched by Forrester. Here's Taylor. It's Berberina trying to get that pass off. Good defensive presence by the Wildcats. Forrester in there, but it's going to be Eastview coming away with it. Back up top, here's Gillis. He'll send it rink wide. Klinkhammer, a long shot. That hit traffic on the way through, and that was Williams, I believe, who now has the puck for the Wildcats with 4 minutes gone by here in the third period. Still 4-3 Wildcats.
Wildcats have a lead. They need to play good, smart, fundamental hockey. Saved, bailed out there by the blue line as the Lightning were in the zone and on the attack. But as an example, Williams skating right up in the slot, trying to break that out. That might be an example of something that you say, okay, I appreciate the passion and the creativity, but let's be safe. How many times have we seen it when you're all from squirts all the way up to high school? You skate up through the middle, some bad things can happen.
Cats looking to bring this one in with Keogh. Out there on a line with Turner and Woog, 24 and 23. Each of those guys with goals tonight. Woog right now has the game winner on that shorty back in the second period, kind of just past the midway point. Kept in. Hilly tried to get that one out for Eastview, unable to do so. Cats keep it in. Cats do not keep it in. Vogel just dumps that one in. Cats are going to put a fresh 4 on the ice. Eastview keeps the same 5. Was it tipped? No, it wasn't. Icing against the Eastview Lightning. Poplar, I thought, might have got a stick on it here at center, but the officials did not. Hey, quick shout out. Congratulations to the Eagan Wrestlers. Last weekend, the boys took second at the Elk River Invite, and the girls wrestling, they took second at Eden Prairie.
Another one of those sports that's new that you like, that kids can participate in.
Absolutely.
It's really, really cool. I didn't mention that earlier.
Yep. Just over 12 to go here in period number 3. Prouty tries to go short side. Net gets upended a little bit, stays on its moorings, so we play on. Williams half wall in front of the Eastview fans. Out in front, nobody there wearing white. Eastview going to ring around the boards. Can they get it out on that far side? Negro for 20 for Eastview. Maybe if he's out there with a little extracurricular with, I believe that was Wood. Negro might be the first time he's been on the ice here, number 20 in blue. And kind of an odd shot. I don't know if it went off the boards weird, but Rossman right there for the save. And fan behind it. I can tell that's supposed to be a heart or a thumbs down by that fan.
Yeah, looked like an Eastview fan.
Looks like a blue and the black on the hat. Yeah,
he's obviously very, very vocal.
Kept in. Klinkhammer from the Wildcat bench. Kept in. They've got a man near side. Taylor couldn't get real good control of it. Klinkhammer could not either as he cut across. Lorena down low. Eastview back up top. Wooten. Here's Gillis pinching in from his defensive position. And Wildcats are going to come away with it. Coming down that left side, Nygaard, number 2 in white. Lane out there with Ben Steinke, number 19, and number 11, Garrett Koken. Taylor 1-on-3. Makes a move, gets upended, no call, none forthcoming, none deserved right there. That was just a hockey play, I think. Verena back up top, looking for Gillis. Keeps it in just inside the blue line. He's got a man far side. Klinkhammer, he was looking for a good bounce off the boards. Rossman with the initial save. And that puck squirts out of harm's way. Vobel, can he get it up for the Cats? No, right, good battle at the half wall. Centered in front, off of the skate of a Wildcat. I can't talk anymore. As Klinkhammer came in. Up, Eastview player hits the deck. On to 10:15 to go in the third.
Eastview very comfortable in their possession in the offensive zone against the Wildcats. Danger, danger, Wildcats.
Whoa, just wide. Berberena, I believe, with that attempt. Another long shot. I'll tell you what, Eastview doing a really good job of getting guys right in front of Rossman, too. And there's a goal. Wooten, that's a hattie. Nice throw by these guys. There was, looks like a Minnesota Twins beanie hits the ice.
I'm not sure if it's the combination of players or the excellence of the Lightning, but the reality of it is, Mike, did the Lightning spend 2 minutes consistently in the offensive zone? Almost. I mean, it was an incredible amount of time.
Felt like it.
It felt like they were just skating circles around the Wildcats.
So it looked like one lone hat made it to the ice. But I got to admit, I saw the kid that threw it, and that was a stocking camp from about 7 rows up. Somebody check that kid. He might be a pitcher or something. I'm not sure. Hogginson for Eastview dumps it in. Watched by Wood. Momentum on the Eastview side now as we're tied at 4 inside the Civic Arena. Here's Turner around the boards. Connor Keogh. Eastview looking to get this one out. Poplar couldn't control. Turnover by Turner. Fritchie. Poplar shot just wide. Rossman reached out, couldn't get a shot of it. Powers Brecky, that shot deflected by Woog. Through traffic, rebound. Well, Fritchie was there, couldn't quite get it to him. Cats playing with fire right now. Woog, Powers Brecky, Woog taken down. No penalty forthcoming. Have the referees put the whistles away.
No.
Exactly.
B, if they did, this game would get out of control very, very quickly.
Yeah. And I thought that was a clean hit.
I thought there was a good no call. Can you call it there? Sure you can, but I agree with you. I wouldn't have blown a whistle there.
Prouty for Eagan. Powers Brecky, nice job of standing up Prouty. We approach the midway point, period number 3. We are tied at 4 in the Eagan Civic Arena. All the way down, will it be an ice? Yes, it will. And face off back in the Eastview zone. Shots on goal right now, 23-19 Lightning. As you look at Andrew Vobel, defenseman for the Wildcats, he's got a goal this year. Just a sophomore. I think I might have called him a junior earlier. Aging the kid right in front of all of us.
Future of the Wildcats, and you're ready to sell them off already.
Yeah, pretty much.
Outselling the future. Tell you though, Mike, both teams have got to be smart here in this last minute, 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Hanging on your stick would help. The fault couldn't quite get across. Negro was the intended target. Back out, Klinkhammer. Oh, and it's 5-4 Eastview. Less than 2 minutes later, it's the Lightning taking the lead. And looks like it's going to be Negro, first man down. Roman Nigro, I think is how you say it. If indeed that would be his first career goal. It is Nigro. Watch 20 in blue right there on the redirect.
Yeah, he gets a tip to it, he gets a stick to it. Great camera work by our ETV crew.
Get that man the puck.
Absolutely. Big day for him. And potentially a game winner against a heated rival.
Absolutely, another opportunity. Here's Taylor. Vobel cuts him off. Inside 8 to go. Shots this period, 5-3 Eastview. Pressure, a lot more than that in favor of Eastview, if you can measure it. Lunenburg, 1-on-3. Lunenburg goes down. Lost a blade. No penalties called yet in this third period.
Oh, you just jinxed us,
Mike
Cook.
I know, it's my job. Here's Taylor. Taylor stops, finds his man Gillis. Couldn't control the bouncing puck into the corner, watched by Lures. Lunenburg in there as well. Hecka, oh, no, I thought that was going to reach the crowd. It did not. And back out to neutral. Cabrera watched by Forrester. Errant pass. Williams for the Wildcats. Williams, he scored the last time these teams met. That was the lone goal of the game for the Wildcats. Opportunity, Scanlon with a big save. Williams heads off for the Wildcats. It's Koken on as we've got a whistle in the Eastview zone. Yep. Hey, coming up at Eagan High School, we've got a couple of concerts coming up. Monday the 27th, the Wind Ensemble and Wind Symphony will perform at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. And the next night, 9th grade bands are having their carnival concert. They're hosting a carnival of musical games for all ages starting at 5:30 in the Commons. Concert at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. All those concerts will be free at Eagan High School. It's 6:44 and counting in this third period. Eastview's got a couple of goals to take the lead.
Cats need to get some momentum, Mike, whether it's scoring chances, shots on goal, maybe even obviously a goal would be what the doctor ordered, but the reality of it is they just need to get some momentum.
That's why. Cats have lost two of their last, I take that back, they've lost 3 straight. One was actually 2 of those were in overtime to Eastridge and Rosemount. Well, the Cats right now on a short end of what would be another heartbreaking defeat for the home team, I think. Good for an interference call in the neutral zone, non-forthcoming. All the way down, nope, puck's not going to get there, otherwise it would have been an ice on the Eagan Wildcats. We're inside 6 to go.
I think it's fair to say that the referees, I would imagine, Mike, as that finds the rafters, I would imagine the referees would do much like a section championship game or a heated playoff game where they're going to call penalties, but you're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
If it's on the line, they're probably going to be less likely to blow a whistle. But I think for both teams, what that means is it's going to be just a little more physical.
Klinkhammer from his spot. You think about like Alex Ovechkin. He loves that left circle. Klinkhammer, he loves that left point, doesn't he? Just about a stride or 2 in, lets it fly. Tried to center it that time. Wooten's got the Hattie right now for the Eastview Lightning. Nigro's got one. And Heister's got one. And we have not seen Heister since he left limping in that second period. Hope that young man's going to be okay. Wooten knocked off the puck by Fritchie. Long shot. Rossman might have been a split second late on that, but he did make the save. All the way down, and he'll get a chance with the face-off to his right with 4:56 to go.
So one of the things I think that both the Wildcats and Lightning need to understand in a game like this, you've got to have your head on a swivel. We've seen Lightning players get hit when they're not expecting it. We've also seen now Wildcat players get hit when they're not expecting it. You've got to expect contact. You cannot relax your body or you risk injury.
Puck up into the bench.
Shots 26-20. We haven't talked too much about the shots on goal, Mike, recently, but of course the Wildcats started a little faster than the Lightning overwhelmed them, and now it's climbing back into something of a relative equal on shots on goal.
Yep, 7-4 this period in favor of the Lightning. Stop, spin, they're going to send it back. Trying to get something in front. They're looking to get to number 4, Wooten, who would have his 4th of the game. There it is.
He's a special player, Mike. He's a special player, and what makes him special is not just that he has the ability, but intellectually he's doing a great job of finding space. You know, how he found space just in front of Rossman by himself, and credit to Wooten to find that open space. Watch here, you see here, he's just, well, he caught the tail end of it. Young man is an excellent hockey player, fun to watch. Unluckily for the Wildcats, though, here on the wrong end of it.
Well, looks for 5. Rossman makes the save.
Yeah, I think if I'm in a white jersey, I got to put a body on him.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would, whenever he's on the ice, I might just take my best forward and say, you know what, my best defensive forward and say, you know what, I don't need you to play hockey so much. I just need to make sure you deny the puck to this guy.
And have we mentioned, by the way, that Sam Wooten's just a junior? Eastview, by the way, 6 goals. That ties for their second most of the season. They had 6 against Mounds View. That was just before Christmas, and they had 7 in their season-opening win against Chaska. I mean, they came in averaging just 2.67 goals a game.
Mood has certainly changed here at Eagan Civic Arena as the Eastview fans start to buzz a little. The Wildcat fans get a little more frustrated, a little more nervous. Still over 3.5 minutes to go in this game. Wildcats get one, and they can make it interesting, Mike.
The way Eastview's playing, I don't know if Eagan's going to have much of an opportunity because Eastview's just controlled play. I'd say at least the last 7-8 minutes, if not a little bit longer. 3:20 to go. If you're Todd Carlson, I guess at some point you pull Rossman down by 2. I think if you're going to do it, you probably got to do it soon, don't you? There's Powers Brecky down. Full head of steam into the Eagan zone. Turner knocks him off hard. And Powers Brecky gets upended into the corner. Right in front of the picture of Natalie Hoopmaker, the lone senior on the girls team. Will be on the ice later tonight. Out in front, opportunity, Woog! Scanlon safe. Scanlon got a piece of that one. Woog nearly his second of the night. And all the way down should be an ice on Eastview, and indeed it is. I didn't hear a whistle, but 2:39 to go.
Yeah, it's got to be a shooting gallery.
Yep.
For the Wildcats. It has to be if the puck is sitting flat, or maybe even if it's not, you've got to steer it on towards Scanlon. And of course, Scanlon, after years, at least from my experience, years of good Lightning goaltending, he's making this. They've conceded some goals, but he's standing up here in this third period.
I think it goes with a number, because didn't Jay Sferin wear 32 as well?
I don't remember what number Jay Sferin was, but he was one of the guys I was thinking of.
Yeah. Here's Wooten. Wooten opportunity that deflected off the stick of Liam Thomas. Prouty for the Cats in what has become a very quiet Eagan Civic Arena. Wooten coming back. Here comes Forrester. Nope, he overskates the puck. Avoids the check from Poplar. Down to 2 to go. Cats down by 2.
See if maybe the Cats might think about stretching a player at this point. Anything to create some offense.
Well, icing's not going to do it, but that's what they're going to do.
I'm not sure they're going to call ice. Oh, at first, I didn't see the officials' arms in the air.
Yeah, that puck it did slow down dramatically, but nonetheless, Klinkhammer and the Lightning, they've scored 3 this period. They've scored the last 4 overall, and they have a 6-4 lead here in the Eagan Civic Arena. Buck 47 to go. Timeout taken by the Eagan Wildcats. And as we said, looking ahead, the Wildcats, they are at Farmington on Tuesday night. Minneapolis comes to the Civic Arena on Thursday the 23rd. That'll be our next broadcast. And then Tuesday the 28th, Lakeville North here in the Civic Arena. For the Cats have 4 of the last 5 on the road this year. Todd Carlson, hopefully his Mamada checking out from up I-94 as she always does. Speaking of upcoming coverage on Eagan TV. Of course, check back, scheduled for 7:30 tonight for girls hockey. I guess it might be pushing 8 o'clock. But yeah, Tartan basketball coming over. Then there's that boys hockey tilt. Tartan basketball, they were in the section final, I believe, last year against Creighton. So that should be a good test for the Eagan Wildcats, who, Wildcat boys basketball, they're playing really well right now. 147 to go. Eastview, by the way, we said your next game at Valley Fair. That still seems weird to say. On Wednesday, January 22nd against the Rosemount Irish. Part of that Hockey Day in Minnesota preliminaries, I guess. Is that what you call it? I don't know.
Preliminaries?
I mean, Saturday's
a good way of putting
hockey day, but again, hopefully it won't be like today where the wind chill's 25 or 30 below, or
let's hope not.
Whatever it is out there.
I wonder if Eastview will have any special jerseys. It seems like anytime you go on Hockey Day in Minnesota, everybody's got to buy new jerseys. Everyone has to buy some cool new throwback type jersey. I wonder if Eastview's got one for their shout out to the Eastview Booster Club. If you don't have one, you should try to be getting one.
Probably a little late for that.
Well, I bet they've got one.
Yeah. Well, it's a road game, so they'll be wearing the blues. Or Rosemount, who knows what they'll have. Of course, Rosemount, they are second in the conference right now. Shot could be 10-0 sitting atop South Suburban play. Down to 90 seconds to go. Rossman staying between the pipes. Tip over there. Williams can't quite get there. Back out Wood from way out. I thought it was going to be kept in, never got out. And we've got a upcoming penalty on the Brecky Power. What do we got here?
Penalty
Powers
on
Brecky again?
Powers Brecky.
Does not have a stick. A stick broke. And he adds to his penalty minute total.
I wonder if they got him for playing
with a
broken stick. Given that it looked like he was behind the play, but I did not see it. I was watching the puck. He wasn't near the puck after the stick was broken, but in any event.
15:47. Cats have pulled Rossman, by the way.
So a power play briefly here. They need 2 goals, minute 10 to do it. So Cats have got to shoot, can't ding around with this.
Williams. Eastview, nice job thus far in the opening 10 seconds of that kill. I think that's Lunenburg right in front of Scanlon. Might be Prouty. No, actually it's Max Turner right in front. Tried to get it to Ruger, the tip. And that goes just wide of the cage. Turner might have given Scanlon a little push that time. Stays in his position, however, is Scanlon. Eastview with the puck. Can Eastview get it out? They do. And obviously, Cats really going to have to hustle with 32 to go in this hockey game. They're down by 2 with the man advantage right now. Prouty down low. Prouty shot on angle. Not going to happen. Puck comes back out. Williams to regroup. And the Eastview Lightning, they were down 4-2 late in the second period. Wooten got his second late in that second period, and then 2 more here in the third. Sam Wooten's going to have 4 goals. Eastview Lightning are going to beat the Eagan Wildcats by a 6-4 count. Shots on goal 28-22 in favor of the Eastview Lightning. And the Lightning improved to 8-8 overall, 5-4 in conference play. Wildcats fall to 3-14, 1-9.
It was a great fight. Oh, forgive me. It was a great fight back by the Wildcats. Great fight back by the Wildcats in that second period. Going from a situation where they are on the wrong end of a 2-goal deficit, taking a 4-2 lead, and then, the Eastview Lightning asserting themselves.
Yep.
Really, it was really the Eastview Lightning asserting themselves and really playing good hockey, smart hockey, and Wooten is a special player.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here from the Eagan Civic Arena, where once again your final score, the Eastview Lightning 6, the Eagan Wildcats 4. So on behalf of the entire Eagan TV crew, he is Nathan Cron, I'm Mike Cook. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time for Wildcat Hockey on ETV.